What's up, guys? It's Enigma Hood, and today I want to talk about a guy named Artie Lange. Now, who is Artie Lange? He used to be on Mad TV, and he is most famously known for being on the Howard Stern show. Now, why do I want to talk about this guy all of a sudden? Well, the reason why I want to talk about him is because he is ashamed of being Native American. Now, Artie Lange is a comedian, comic, whatever the fuck you want to call him, and he has built his career on pretending that he's Italian when he's actually Native American. And it really bothers me so much whenever I see this. And the reason why it bothers me so much is because it shows something about what white America means to people in America, obviously. White America means you're part of the in-group, you're part of the cool crowd or whatever. And people who aren't actually white pretend that they are white in order to be part of the cool crowd, to be ingratiated with the majority, with the power group, with those who are in the in, as opposed to the ones who are alienated. And Artie Lange isn't the only one to do this. It is so unbelievably common. Now, this goes back to what Malcolm X said. What did Malcolm X say? Malcolm X said, the black man can't hide. No matter what, he is always black. Other people can hide. You know, it is true, Jews are discriminated against in America and in other countries. But Jews are white, so they can hide. They can pretend there's something else. People like Artie Lange are Native American. Fucking Native American. But he says he's something else. He's Italian. And believe it or not, this fucking idiot did not even know he was Native American until they did a genetic test on Howard Stern. Many years after he, well into his adulthood, he went his entire life not even knowing that he was Native American. So, but even after he learned that he was Native American, he never acknowledged it. He never tried to embrace that part of him. He only embraced this Italian facade. Now, why would he do that? Because it's not cool to be Native American. You know, that's the horrible truth. Native Americans are the native inhabitants of this continent. It was taken away from them by Europeans. They are victims of genocide. The most horrific genocide in the world ever. Surpasses the genocide against the Jews. Surpasses it by far. An entire civilization wiped out. And then their land taken from them. And then they were pushed off to the piece of shit lands. The lands that America didn't want. You know, out in the Midwest, the desert. Fuck that. Go look up the Trail of Tears and Indian removal on Wikipedia. I'm going to put that in the description so you can check it out. There was a deliberate, concerted effort to subjugate and take away Native American territory. To consolidate white American power. And this motherfucker, since it's not cool to be Native American, he does not even acknowledge the fact that he is. And that makes me sick. But it's cool to be Italian. You know, this guy's from New Jersey. There's a lot of Italian Americans that live in Hoboken, in Jersey City and shit like that. And the places that he hangs out. And he wants to ingratiate himself with people that aren't his people. You know, because it's cool to be Italian. Hey, I went to the pizzeria and I got some pizza. I'm gonna have some sausage and peppers. You guys are my bros. Let's have some spaghetti and meatballs and some mozzarella. What a fucking idiot. Trying to pass himself off as something that he's not. with that stupid bullshit accent. Hey, Godfather and Goodfellas, these are my people, spaghetti meatball. Fuck you. You're a fucking Native American. This motherfucker, he grew up watching, what's the name of that motherfucker? Not Clint Eastwood, the other motherfucker, the older one that did the cowboy movies, you know. He grew up watching that guy's movies, all his westerners, and he identified with the bad guys. The bad guys in those movies aren't the Native Americans. They're the victims. The bad guys are the white people, because they were the ones killing all the Native Americans and taking their land. What a prick. What a self-loathing prick. You know? People often talk about how, they say, why are black people so subjugated? Like, why are black people so stupid? Why are they so poor? Why don't they uplift themselves? I mean, after all, Irish people and Jewish people were subjugated. They were discriminated against. And yes, that is true. Newly arrived Irish immigrants were, in fact, discriminated against. But it is not in any way comparable to the discrimination that black people were subject to. It's like, it goes back to what I said before, because the black man can never hide. That's what Malcolm X said. After a single generation, take an Irish immigrant. Sure, you can identify Irish immigrants as Irish immigrants when they are new arrivals, from the first, I should say the 0th generation. But after a single generation, their descendants are indistinguishable from any other white American. I have a Polish friend. I didn't even know he was Polish until he said so, because he's a first generation. His parents were immigrants to this country. They have the Polish accent. They do all the Polish stuff, but he doesn't. He doesn't have an accent. He dresses like any other American does. So you wouldn't know that he's Polish. But when you look at me, you know that I am Indian or whatever. You would assume I'm Indian, I'm Sri Lankan, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. You know that I'm not part of the white American trope. Same thing with the black man. It doesn't matter how many generations go by, they're still black. But an Irish person, yes, Irish people were discriminated against. But even then, even on the 0th generation, they were not subject to the same level of discrimination as blacks were. And then after a single generation, they're not subject to any discrimination at all because they are indistinguishable from any other white American. It's not the same. And that's exactly why so many non-whites like Artie Lange pretend that they are white. Because they want to be part of the in crowd, they want to belong, and they don't want to acknowledge this part of them that could leave themselves open to discrimination or being made fun of or whatever. He built his entire career on pretending that he's Italian. He's not fucking Italian. He's Native American. Fuck him. So that's all I gotta say. I'll do him a solid though. Check out his Artie. He has a podcast. I'll put a link to that in the description so you can go check it out and laugh at how much he tries to deny being a Native American. This is Enigma Hood signing off.